Hello friends, Nick the producer here with another edition of the Rough Drafts Fantasy LCS recap show. This one for week 6. I want to congratulate all of you at home for a really well played season thus far. And as we enter our third to last week in the LCS season, you have done a great job knocking Walter Ciades Fedchuk off of his high horse. He is 3-0-3 in both leagues, still in the hunt for the championship, but it definitely, you guys have ratcheted the pressure up on him if he does want to win and lord over you all in the fantasy LCS realm as well. So good job on that, and I expect some strong performances from the rest of you as we enter these last couple of weeks. We can't let him win, guys, and I can only say this because he's not here right now. He is polishing his belt. No, that is not a euphemism for anything. He is actually polishing a fake plastic belt that has paper and poster board on it. I don't know how you polish that, but yeah, he's polishing his belt. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on into the recap from week 6, starting with the Zorro Zero League. Bringing up the faithful laptop here. As I said, Walter Ciades Fedchuk is now 3-0-3 in the Zorro Zero League. 3 wins, 0 ties, 3 losses. Kind of weird formatting, but 3-0-3. This week he lost by about 30 points to Sarucha's How Fast. Big point total for Sarucha was Caps with 104 points. Followed by Amazing from the Mysterious Monkeys with 88. The big killer there for Ciades was Dardoch, only getting 18 points out of a 1-1 week from CLG. The substitution of Omar God really hurting him there, as Dardoch had a couple of, well, he had a good performance and kind of a mediocre performance. So that being said, Sarucha How Fast will take the week from Ciades. He really needs to step it up if he wants to, like I said, take that title from you guys. Moving on, Delta Bandits, the boys, lose to Timidly's Met Gala. Big point totals for Delta Bandit coming out of Soaz, Febivin, and Reckless, all scoring over 90 points. However, a big old goose egg from Froggen really is what sunk him, as this just under 30-point difference could have probably been chipped away if not for the big old goose egg. Moving on, Pelka Super Fresh's Tabs 5 head once again losing. He loses to Red Shirt Kings, hashtag set the rules, as Power of Evil scores 114 points to lead Chase into the victory and rising him up in the standings. As we look at the 4th matchup in the week, Unicorns of Love, nickname my, loses to Agent Cubaloni's TSM Jungle Twisted Fate by about 120 points. This time, the Unicorns of Love not scoring enough points to overcome excellent performances from Perks with 124 points, Bjergsen with 94 points, and Maxilor with 80 points. If we go ahead and take a look at the standings real quick. As you can see on the standings, Met Gala is at the top of the leaderboard with 5-0-1. Sarucha's How Fast is at 4-0-2. Ciades is tied with Delta Bandit and Red Shirt King in 3rd place at a 3-0-3 record. He does have approximately a 20-point lead on Sarucha's The Boys. And then at 2-0-4, the remainder of the league, Agent Cubaloni, Unicorns Love nickname My, and Pelka Super Fresh. As we look to this week's matchup, things that we want to look out for, Sarucha versus Met Gala in a battle of the first 2 teams in the league. Big matchup. The victory going to Sarucha could launch him up there with 2 weeks remaining, or could really set Met Gala apart. It could set Timidly apart and pretty much set him up for victory in the league. That being said, moving on over into the Kiwi Kid. Once again, Walter failing to get the win. This time, losing to McHugh's, the Ghost of NRG, by 17 points. Big point totals. This is 300-point scorers in one matchup, with Power of Evil with 114 points for Ciades, And Expect and Perks leading McHugh, 124 for Perks, 100 for Expect. A really strong week from G2 as Trick also put up 87 points, and Cody Sung puts up 89 points for the Ghosts of NRG as they take the victory over C80s. Moving on into the second matchup of the week, we had No Habeen's Good Old Boys beating Red Shirt Kings Rip GGU. High point totals in here coming from Fabivin with 91 points and Mithy with 85. Once again, Froggen doing someone in as this 4-point game could have spelled victory for Red Shirt King. Unfortunately for him, he is not a mind reader, and he did not know that Echo Fox would not be starting Froggen because no one did until about a half an hour before when DeMonte tweeted it out. Fantasy LCS, everyone. Get in the game. Moving on to the third matchup of the week. Agent Cubaloni losing to Fallen Death Stars. Rocket greater than Fnatic, greater than Misfits, greater than G2. High point total there. Yuki with 92 points. Another Mysterious Monkey really coming out on top. And the Mysterious Monkeys team outscoring Phoenix 1 by almost 30 points. The 66-point victory for Fallen Death Star. A really strong victory, starting to pull them up from the bottom of the standings. And moving on, Alex Fedchuk, Nievas, continues his tear through the Kiwi Kid lead, winning by just under 100 points. He beats Pelka Superfresh's Wicked's Forehead, Caps being the high man in this series with 104 points for TSM's international success. The meme lives on, Alex, and congratulations, as this sets Alex up for quite a week as we go into week 7. He is on top of the league with 5-0-1. He is trailed by Agent Cubaloni and at McHugh at 4-0-2, followed by, in fourth place, C80s, Red Shirt King, and No Habeen at 3-0-3. And then tied for 7th are Pelka Superfresh and Fallen Death Star at 1-0-5. Looking at the Week 7 matchups, we have the Battle of the Brothers as C80s and Navas go head-to-head to see which team will be, the better Fedchuk fantasy team. C80s is projected to win at this moment by about 19 points, but Navas has crushed the competition so far. Tons of 500-point games. And if you look at the total point totals, let's say everyone was tied, he'd still be about 200 points ahead of the closest person in tiebreakers. Other matchups, No Habeen against Agent Cubaloni. That, again, could help pull Agent Cubaloni back down into the rest of the pack, or could set him up where he would be very close, continue his kind of struggle against Navas here. Pelka Superfresh takes on Red Shirt King, and McHugh takes on Fallen Death Star. Again, last matchup, I think, of like the regular season as we move on into the playoffs. The top 4 teams advance, so very, very important to maintain these high point totals and push forward. If you look at both standings right now, C80s is in that kind of 4th place spot in both of them. And Chase, your favorite Guest Alliance co-host, and mine, let's be fair, is on the outside looking in both leagues. So let's Spirit Bomb Chase. Let's get him into those playoffs and hopefully knock Walter out at the same time. But that's been your Week 6 recap and a little preview of Week 7. I'm Nick, the producer. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, Internet. Hey there, C80s here. Thanks for checking out the podcast. And if you enjoyed today's episode, consider supporting us at www.patreon.com/roughdraftspod. For just $1 a month, you can join your fellow listeners in our patron-only Discord channel and help keep the content coming, or join our VIP club where $1 a show or $8 a month gets you first priority on all patron content like our patron-only Q&As. And check us out on all of our social media, Twitter @RoughDraftsPod, Facebook.com/RoughDraftsPod, SoundCloud.com/esportsroughdrafts, as well as on iTunes and YouTube by just searching for the Rough Drafts Podcast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye, Internet.